guys, welcome back to LegitStreetCars and welcome to another insane Mercedes V12 video. If you guys caught the last one, I ran into a few little problems to say the least, and if you watched until the end, you know that I ended the video right here because I have already started filming this video, if that makes any sense. So I posted up on Instagram and on Facebook the issue that I'm having. I got a response that was just out of this world, like at least 30 emails from Mercedes technicians from all around the world willing to help, willing to dig in and get dirty. There's some of them were like, I want to fly out there and help you figure this out. And when you're a technician, that's kind of how you got to be. You have to be excited to figure out weird problems. As horrible as this car has been treating me, I still like it and I'm still having fun. I'm learning. And if I can save you guys from any of these complete disasters, it's all worth it, even just one of you. So anyway, with that, I got a bunch of suggestions. A lot of them we already tried, but we do have a few new ones that we're gonna get into right now. So let's get going. This is not a normal problem. There are no fault codes whatsoever in the ABC suspension system. And if we go to live data, we have the proper pressure. That's about 200 bar. That is spot on. No codes. Proper pressure. This system does absolutely nothing. Now this would be pretty rare and I've never seen this myself, but this valve right here could be bad. This is the suction restrictor valve, and we're gonna go ahead and activate the one on the car. So watch when I activate this. You can hear a change, 1000, it's right there within spec. Everything's fine. It seems to be okay, but I'm gonna swap it with the original one anyway because it's kind of easy and there could be blockage in here possibly when they rebuilt that pump. And guys, keep in mind, this is a $1,300 pump. This isn't like an eBay special. This is a factory Mercedes pump, but they're all rebuilt now. All right, let's pop this old one out. Seems like the easiest thing you can do on an ABC suspension system, but I've never replaced these separately. Quite honestly, I don't know if you can get them from Mercedes separate. Okay. There we go. And yeah, this one doesn't look particularly clean, but I don't know. Maybe when we open up the new one, we'll see a rag or something jammed in there from when they rebuilt this. That would be great. Well, unfortunately, there wasn't too much to see except me losing a bunch of expensive fluid. Here is the one that I pulled out. It looks much better than the one I just installed. I swapped over the new seals. This thing looks brand new and awesome, but you never know. You never know. All right, fire in the hole again. Kind of low on fluid. I put another quart in there, so let's just pressurize it a little. Yeah, we gotta add a little bit, but it should work. If it's gonna work, which it's probably not gonna work. Yeah, no change. That valve did absolutely nothing. Nothing. All right, we still have about 3,000 PSI, so that's perfect, but no activation of anything. All right, so I just got done pulling the main pressure line, which is that one, and there's a hose here, so I was thinking maybe it's got some internal blockage. I blew air through here, and it's perfectly fine. Pop this hose off too, and it's fine as well. You can see here P, that's for pressure, and that is the longer hose. So the pump sends pressure here, and then it gets distributed from there. And nothing is blocked in here. You can see a little screen that looks clean. And then also, this is the T that gets pressure from the pressure line here, from right here. This valve block that I already replaced. And this valve block has the main pressure. This is directly connected to the pump. So from the pump, pressure goes through this line to this valve block. This is a relief, so this will see very little pressure, and this has all the pressure. So this is the line that sends the pressure through this, through the T, through this line, and all the way there. And I verified everything, that we have pressure going all the way to here. So it's just not doing anything once it gets here. That's what's driving me crazy. And now this has 4 solenoids. I've activated each one of them. The chances of all of them going bad are very rare though also, and I can hear them clicking. They are pulling amperage. I can verify that in the computer that it's the proper amount, and still we get nothing. All right guys, we got something. I was ripping apart this valve block. I took out one of the solenoids. I was just gonna take them all apart and see what I could see if I could figure something out. I haven't pulled this out yet, but I think I found something. I'm very excited. If this doesn't turn out to be the issue, I will be as sad as you guys have ever seen me. All right, hang on. So I just pulled this line from the bottom of here. Oh, look at that. Look at that in there. You see that? There's a piece of plastic inside of the accumulator. Look at that. And then look at the line that goes into the accumulator. What is this? What is this piece of rubber? That should not be there. Sorry if the audio's no good. I'm not all mic'd up right now. I don't even care. Look at, what is this thing? Oh, what in the world? What is that? It's a piece of rubber. It's like a tube or something. I don't know, but this was completely blocking up the line. All right, so we have whatever that rubber hose looking thing is, and then, oh, that just popped out. Did this thing completely come apart? Is the question, or did something get in the system? Is that the inside of a hose? I don't know. Well, we're gonna find out right after we check out my new stuff from my friends at Bespoke Post. You guys are gonna love this. All right, so I just got the Weekender. This is definitely the last bag you'll ever need. Check it out, reinforced frame, leather handles, canvas. You can carry just about anything in the Weekender bag. And Bespoke Post is a monthly membership club delivering top shelf goods from off the radar brands. So excited for this one. This is the Trail Box. Surviving the Great Outdoors, being someone from the big city, I definitely need this book. And yes, here it is. This is what I've been waiting for. Oh. So 90% of the products you'll get from Bespoke Post are from small businesses, many of which are located in the United States, like this gut hook knife that I'm gonna be using when I go fishing. It comes in the Trail Box, and it's made by Titan International right here in my home state of Illinois, and this is a very, very nice piece. So to sign up for Bespoke Post is totally free, and then you just take a quick quiz. Based on your preferences, they put together a new box each month, and you get to preview what's included. Then you get to decide whether you want to keep it or swap things out. I'm definitely keeping this, or skip the month entirely at absolutely no charge to you. This is the Gadget Kit. It clips onto your belt, and there's actually 12 tools built into one. The possibilities are endless with this guy, and I'm definitely taking all of this stuff on my next camping trip. The best part is, if you guys click on my link in the video description box and use coupon code LEGIT20, you're gonna get 20% off your first box. So you guys are seriously gonna love this stuff. They make a great gift as well, and I wanna say a big thanks to Bespoke Post for continuing to support automotive content creators like myself. Now, with that, let's get back to some ABC suspension. So you can see where I removed the one solenoid just for inspection, which it looked fine, by the way. But if you look here, you can see more rubber is blocking that port, and right below it, that's the pressure port. That is the main pressure line that goes directly to the ABC pump. And from there, it splits off all the pressure to all the struts. Anyway, we got to fish whatever that is out of the valve block. That could be the entire issue. So I'm really hoping that this isn't the inside of a hose, although I did replace the main pressure hose, which is good. Wow, this is just totally lodged in there. Oh my gosh. Here goes a piece of it. Yeah, so whatever this is, this seems to be a hard plastic. Probably like that little washer looking thing that was in the accumulator, that white one. All right, we're gonna blow this line out. Oh, it's blocked. It's totally blocked up. Yeah. 100% blocked. Yeah. Wow. I think the accumulator just blew up. If I put the screwdriver in here, there's nothing in there. This whole thing just came apart, went through this line, and blocked up the entire valve body. That's what it did. All right, after about 5 minutes, I finally got this to break off. Okay, there's that. Oh, no. Oh, man, I'm going to have to take this thing apart, I think. I think it's still just completely blocked up in here. Wow. All right, I'm going to have to remove the valve block entirely. It looks to be blocked up. I might have to replace this thing. See right in there? That's that white plastic. It's just jammed in there like crazy. Who knows where else it went. Here, I don't believe it got anywhere past this. I think it blocking it right there was actually a good thing. And the filter for the system is on the return side, so we might be okay. All right. All right, so I've removed all the lines. Now we just have one more bolt and this should pop right out. Oh yeah. Here's a better look for you guys. This thing is 100% blocked. I could start like drilling this out, but yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna remove all these solenoids first. We'll see what we can see. A friend of mine does have a good known valve block that I might just grab and swap my solenoids into. Get a rebuild kit for these as well, just to be on the safe side. So these solenoids turn, and there's like a little notch that you can feel, and then you can pull up. Forget where it is though. Oh, maybe it's right there. Yeah. There we go. This is like a little dust boot right here. And they sell rebuild kits for these. I just ordered one up. It'll be here in a couple days. So we'll replace all of these seals. But if you have a suspension that's losing pressure overnight, drooping down overnight, but then pops up in the morning, there's a very good chance you just have a bad seal. All right, so let's get this other one out of here. There's our notch. There we go. And I'm not seeing anything inside of here just yet, so that's good. There are screens inside of here. I'm hoping the screens caught the plastic and rubber before I was able to get into any other parts of the system. Okay, last one. Of course, doesn't want to turn at all. Jeez. All right, nothing a vise and some gigantic channel locks can't take care of. Look at that. Now I gotta find the notch. I think it's right there. Oh, this is a nightmare. Come on. All right, this took a lot of effort, but we got it. And look at these seals, not in the best of condition. See, this is just how they normally fail. They just start to come apart. But it doesn't look like we have any debris inside here. So where all the solenoids sit in the valve block, it looks pretty clean. And you can see right there, there's a screen. There's a screen on each one of these. So we're pretty well protected. There's another screen there as well. So this is the problem area right here. All right, guys, it's 2 days later, and I think I finally got lucky with something on the CL. I got parts in just a couple of days. This is everything I need to get this ABC suspension working. Hang on a second. Knock on plastic, crossing my fingers, throwing salt over my shoulder. I don't know if I just jinxed myself, but this should be everything. And I just want to say a big thanks to my friend Ian. He has been collecting Mercedes parts for many years. He had an S600, and I had forgotten that when I was at the Wizards shop in Kansas, I found out that my fan was bad, and Ian had one. I think this is from an accident car. It just got a little damage here on the blades, no big deal. So he hooked me up with this engine fan, so we'll be replacing that. This is like the 4th time I've had this in and out of the car. And he has valve blocks and solenoids galore. So I have decided I don't even want to mess around drilling this and trying to clean all this plastic stuff out. These valve blocks are very inexpensive. You can get them used on eBay. It's just a chunk of aluminum, not a big deal. And Ian had 3 of them with the solenoids. And one of these he rebuilt a few years ago. I'm pretty sure it's this one. So we got to pull these out and double check that the seals are new. So when you rebuild these, all you're doing is simply swapping out these O-rings. They sell a kit now, which I do have. I may use it in the rear later, but there's no issue in the rear. So right now, I just want to get this car on the road. I don't really care about anything else. So if he already did this, I'm just going to roll with this complete unit and call it a day. Also, from Mercedes, I have ordered all 3 remaining accumulator balls. There's a total of 4. We replaced the one in the pressure relief valve in the last video. So this is like $1,000 in accumulators, but I don't want to run the chance that the rear one fails and sends rubber through the rear system. So we have a new accumulator for the front. The rear is identical, and then the rear also has this little one as well. So with that, let's pull these 2 remaining solenoids out. I already checked these and the seals look brand new. Double check these are new, and then we'll get back to work on the car. All right, so taking these out is easy. We just have a clip here we need to squeeze, pull straight out. And then just remember the orientation of these solenoids. They are color coded. Sometimes that color rubs away after many years, so just mark them if you have to. It's just like green, red, yellow, blue. With all these valve blocks, I've pretty much got that figured out. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, these look really good. Okay, so this is the one that's already been rebuilt. So he replaced the Teflon seals and the O-rings. This is our original. Honestly, these weren't having an issue anyway. These were totally fine, even though when we pulled the other one out, the seals looked a little bit rough. But all that will happen if these seals start to leak is the car will sag down like overnight if it's sitting for a few hours. You replace the seals and you're good. These rarely fail. But these look nice and fresh and clean, so I'll pull the last one out. I'm sure it's fine, and we'll roll with these. Okay, that one's back. Okay, yeah. Same deal. Nice new seals, ready to go. Everything looks nice and clean in there. So we're gonna roll with these. They look good. Good job, Ian. You just clock them again, and then you're sliding your clip back in, and we are all sealed up. Good to go. Okay, so there is the larger accumulator ball in the rear. I'm hoping we can sneak this out, but we might have to loosen up this exhaust. All right, I'm not even gonna play around. It looks pretty much impossible to squeeze it past this big muffler. So we're gonna go ahead and loosen this up. These are aftermarket mufflers. They are Remus. I think they're kind of expensive, but honestly, it doesn't really make the car sound much different. I'd prefer just to have the factory AMG tailpipes, honestly. Okay. Well, unfortunately, it looks like I have to remove this entire muffler and pipe section. Soak this with some penetrating oil. And all right, get lucky with this nut too. These factory Mercedes clamps are really good. All right, cool. So we'll make life easy. We'll leave it on the last rubber hanger so it kind of holds itself up. And now I have a clear shot to this ball. There it is. One line and a few tens. And of course, I've already relieved the system pressure in the rear. There's a bleeder before each strut. Didn't have any, but just in case you want to check. And that broke free really nice. Oh, it's so nice working on a car from California. If this was a 135,000 mile Chicago car that was driven through the winter, this line would have just deteriorated away. And these are actually 13 mils. Last one. Do I want to get any of this on the exhaust? There we go, we're good. And you can see the plastic piece right there, but it's intact, it's in one piece. And if you remember on the failed accumulator ball, we could stick the screwdriver all the way through and we were tapping the back of it. That's because the diaphragm ripped apart and everything just kind of let loose inside. On this one, you can see we're stopped right here. This accumulator is intact, but who knows for how long. I'd much rather just replace it. All right, so the new ball is going in. All right, give this line a good tighten. And I just want to mention that I've never actually seen an accumulator fail in this fashion. Normally, you just get a car in and it's kind of bouncing around a little bit, and it might affect the way that the car raises and lowers. But I've never seen one that's exploded and clogged the system, and neither did roughly the 25 or 30 Mercedes technicians that emailed me to help out with this problem. I'd gotten back to quite a few of them once I figured it out, and they hadn't seen it either. This exhaust is kind of fighting me here. Get back in. So this is not a common issue whatsoever, but if you really love your ABC car, you might just spend $1,000 or so on parts. Probably more like $1,300 with fluid and filters and all that kind of stuff. But it might not be a bad maintenance kind of idea to go around and just replace these accumulators. Next, we are in the left rear of the car. There is a panel that sits right here that I've removed, and you can see the fuel pump and the inline fuel filter here as well. And I need to replace this. Pretty sure that's 1014 and then the build date 2012. So very old fuel filter. I will have to get a new one of these. later, not today. I'm not waiting on any more parts. But here is the accumulator ball that we need to replace back here. And here is your rear valve block as well, 4 solenoids also. So each strut gets 2 solenoids for a total of 8. Many lines, lots of stuff going on here. Really expensive system, but when it works really well. Oh, and I'm gonna leave a video linked down below that I made early on in my YouTube career, and it's a response video to a Doug Demuro review on the 2005 CL65 AMG. At the end of his video, he said something along the lines of, I couldn't even imagine how much it would cost to repair and maintain this car. I guess that's my Doug Demuro impression. And so I made a response to his video and I broke it down with like charts and everything on what it would cost to repair a lot of the common items that fail on this car, including the ABC suspension. So I haven't seen that video in many years myself. So if you guys want to see how I was, you know, a long time ago in the beginning of all of this, check it out down below. And warning, the video will frighten you away from ever owning one of these cars. If this hasn't already, probably has. All right, this guy looks pretty straightforward. We have 2 17mm to break loose for the lines. Again, there is no pressure in the system, and we won't lose too much fluid either. And then we just have 2 10mm. There we go. And this guy comes right out. There we go. Back in with the new, and we'll install this in reverse order. I'm not going to put the plastic cover back on because I definitely want to come back and replace that fuel filter. We're not going to be driving this car in any inclement weather or very far before that filter comes in. I'm just hoping we're driving this car at all in this video. That'd be great. All right, I'm ready to start in the front, but I really got to get this line cleared. It is totally blocked. A little fluid came out there, but this is 135 PSI of air pressure, and it's not enough to blast out whatever's in here. It's just coming right back out of there. And of course, this line has to be bent in a million different spots, so it's going to be kind of hard to rod out with something. Come on. No. Ugh. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I have 2 of these little grabber tools. These guys are actually really nice. But these are just cheap Harbor Freight specials. And this is too large to go in, so I'm going to try and snip it right here. And then this is very flexible, and we might be able to rod it out. So let's see if this is able to be cut. Yep. All right, cool. So I just sacrificed a tool for the CL. Nothing I won't do for this car. And let's hope it was worth it and this actually fits. It does. Is it going to be able to make a bend like that? Yes, it made that. And that's about it. Let's try this side. All right, probably like around here now. And it's stuck. Okay, so I think it might be stuck right there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this thing is blocked up real nice. Oh, yeah. It's blocked up solid. Maybe I can heat it. That could work. All right, it does actually look like this would thread out. So I'm just holding it. And this side we can get the 19 on. It's coming out? No, it's slipping. Can't be that easy, right? All right, I got the original old school vice grips. Yes. I cannot go anywhere. And I can kind of get this 19 socket on here, so we'll give it a little shock. Moving. Okay, that didn't work. Let's try this. Is that turning? Oh, that's turning. Yes, it is turning. Awesome. All right. I think we broke it loose with the impact. All right, this might take a while, but I can turn it with the line. What are we going to find in here? I'm going to venture to say rubber and plastic. Lots and lots of rubber and plastic. What do we got? Looks like some blockage to me. And this looks pretty good. This just goes like that. And I gotta say, not only is this stuff blocked up in the lines, but it is very difficult to remove. I guess that's what 3,000 PSI of hydraulic pressure will do to things. Got a piece. I don't want it piece by piece. I just want the big chunk. Let's go. There we go. Oh, it's not even all of it. Look at that. That is big. Look at this. It's like that shouldn't be physically possible to fit into this little tiny tube. Another one. And I think that's it. Okay. All right, let's try this again. Yep. Now it's blowing through. All right. Don't see any more rubber. I'm going to do this quite a few more times to be safe, but I think we're okay. Yeah, we're good. All right, well, I'm now adding these pieces to the pile of shame. The stuck open injector, the seal that I totally messed up for the alternator, and now rubber from the ABC accumulators. Thanks. Okay, now we're going back in with the known good valve block. And it just hangs up here. There's one. All right, valve block is fully installed. All 4 solenoids are plugged in. Most of the lines are installed except for the one for the accumulator. Guys, I can't even believe that we are here right now. We are one part away from this ABC suspension finally working so we can go on our first drive in 8 months in the CL65. So I am totally confident that this is going to fix it. It has to. We found the smoking gun. It's got to work. No doubts in my mind whatsoever. But if you guys have any doubts over there, then if you believe in something, say a prayer. If you don't, maybe a dance, summon the powers of the universe, good thoughts and positive energy or whatever. Because if this doesn't work, if this doesn't raise, I don't know what I'm going to do. But enough of that nonsense. This is definitely going to work. No doubt. Here we go. Stay. Okay. Oh no. No, no, no. Powers of the universe. Powers of the universe. What's happening? Oh man. I must have messed this thread up, I guess somehow when I was holding on to this or something. I don't know. Wow. All right. Great. Great. All right. If I'm gentle, if I'm patient, I can fix this. It hasn't marred up the sealing surface or anything like that. Luckily, this just needs to thread in. If we can just get rid of the burr on the threads, I mean, it's quite the burr. And as long as this screws on, it'll tighten up. There's plenty of other threads. This is going to be fine. This is going to be fine. So I'm going to take my time and do this right because I'm never going to find one of these lines. They don't even make hoses for this system anymore. This is all I got. Okay, so unfortunately I don't have a thread file with me and don't have a tap this size or this big. So I'm just going to have to go at this manually. We just need to get rid of this material in between the threads and we will be fine. All right, I know this still looks bad on camera, but I filed this down for just about 5 minutes, used the pick in there, got some of the material out. I don't know why this looks so bad. In real life, it's not that bad. But the important thing is this, that it easily threads into the accumulator without an issue. So we are good to go. There's plenty of threads, plenty of meat to hold this down. And luckily I didn't damage the actual sealing surface, so we're good to go. I thought this to myself when I messed up the alternator seal, that if that's all that happened during this entire engine madness, I'd be okay with that. And I find myself saying that one more time. So this is my error. I must have slipped up with the vice grips or something and nicked the threads. Mistakes happen, but we fixed them. And now we can actually put this thing together and get it to work. That's it. This is the only issue that's going to come up. We're done. We're done with issues. And this is going to tighten up with no issues whatsoever. There we go. Okay, everything is all fixed up here, here, and all the way up here. All right, I'm gonna check the fluid level before we fire this guy up. Make sure we're at least in the ballpark. Stay. I don't have too much of this fluid left. Maybe another quart. Yeah, reservoir's empty. Okay, I have whatever's left in this guy. Not that much. But I have one more. I have one more, which should be good enough. I have gone through a lot of fluid. Lots and lots of fluid. It's going to take this entire thing. Yep, it's going to take the whole thing, and we should be right there. Coincidentally, right where we need to be. That is until the system sucks in a bunch of the fluid, then we might be a little low. But whatever, let's just go for it. Okay, I'm going to shut this hood for full visual effect of the car rising. Here we go. Here we go. 8 months, a 50-hour engine job that's turned into more hours than I'd ever like to count. And it all comes down to this. Here we go. Here we go. Oh! It did it! It did it! Wow, it's high. It's really, really high. Okay, it's a little too high, but whatever, it raised up. And it still says it's low, car too low. All right, what is going on here? Okay, okay. It did it. It raised. I have a 4x4 CL65 now. It's super high, and it won't go down, and it still says it's low, but I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. We're gonna get there. Okay, so looking back at the footage, I don't believe the rear did anything, but I'm able to get the lift arms out from under there, so I'm gonna back the CL out into the driveway, and I'm gonna start actuating stuff with the computer. Maybe we can get this thing to dance and do the rodeo. I might have to do some recalibration here as well. Who knows? But we're definitely going for a ride. I don't even care if it's still broken right now and I need to figure out this super high ride height. I don't care. We're still gonna drive it as is, first drive, and we'll deal with it later, or right now. I'm hoping I can just fix it right now. All right, so let's fire it back up. Excellent. And yeah, it says it's too low. I guess that could be because of the rear. So let's just give it a few more cycles. It's possible we just need to get the fluid back there, or there's a piece of rubber clogged in that valve block, who knows. All right, let's just put it in reverse and get going. It's our first drive. It's moving out of the garage. Yes. I'm a very happy camper right now. Very, very happy. For someone with a still broken car, I'm still positive here, all right? Let's just give it a few more of these. So I gotta check the fluid too. Let's go do that. All right, let's see here. Oh no, all right, yeah, we were bone dry. All right, let's shut this down. I gotta get fluid. All right, I actually do have a little bit of fluid left. I didn't recognize it because it's in a different bottle, but this is the same stuff as well, so I'll use all of this. There's about 3/4 of a bottle left. We'll see if adding more fluid will do anything. What's weird is it won't go down, and it says the car is too low. I don't believe the sensors are flipped or anything, but yeah, it's not doing anything anymore. Check out our fluid. All right, fluid level is perfect. Let's get the laptop. Okay, so I'm starting off by clearing all the codes. I've cleared them all out. The only codes left are critical ride height in the rear. Just go ahead and start this up. Let's see if I can just activate the rear to work. I can hear the solenoid clicking. I've activated it. Left rear. It's not doing anything. Man, do we have a piece of something blocked up in the back too? Yeah, we got nothing. Great. Great. Don't know why we can't lower the front. The front should go down. System pressure too low. We're only at 3 bar. We might need to pressurize the tank. Okay, so we're only at 3 bar. It's supposed to be at 200, which means we could have sucked up a little bit of air when this tank ran dry. No big deal. We're just gonna pressurize this a little bit. Hey, we're up to 7. We're getting somewhere. We're getting up there. 15. 18, 19, 20, 22. Okay, we're at 80 bar. Come on. Doing anything? 118, 121, come on. Yes, it's going up. 165. Oh, this is gonna work. 183, okay, we're basically almost there. Let's back out of the system completely. Okay. Go up. on. I'm gonna clear the code for the low pressure, and then this should work. Okay, so now we just have critical ride height in the rear. Go up, go up. Darn. We have 199 bar. This should work. This should definitely work. Oh, it's dry again. Ah! I keep on getting lucky. This is it though. I went up in the garage attic and I found a very, very old container of ABC fluid, but it's sealed, so we're fine. So glad I saved this. I have so much junk in the attic that I'll never use. Okay. All right. This has got to be it now. We still have 199 bar. Now we should be able to do the rodeo. F3. Hey. Oh. Yes, that is the rear. That is the rear moving independently. We're doing it. We're doing the rodeo. Yes. Keep going. You guys don't know how happy this makes me. Keep going, little buddy. Don't stop. Got no leaks. Luckily, you would know right away if you had a leak with 3,000 PSI. So, let's just check some fluid here. Fluid is perfect. All right, that's good. We'll stop the rodeo there. Hey, look at that. It's a normal ride height. Calibration of plunger sensors. Let's just calibrate it all. F3. Okay, raises that all the way up. It's gonna do a little bit more rodeo, and then we'll disconnect the laptop and I'll try and raise this with the button inside, but I think we could be good. All right, guys, I don't believe the rear is actually working. When we're doing the rodeo, it kind of looks like it's working, but it might just be the front that's bringing it up with it. Let's crack these bleeders here. Yeah, nothing in the rear, a little bit. And it's cold. It's cold, old fluid, so nothing is getting to the rear at all. Great. Now we already had this line off going to the accumulator and this line as well. The only line that we have left to remove to see if there's rubber in the valve block would be this one. I don't think it would make it there though. I mean, at this point, I'm just hoping there's a big chunk of rubber on this line. It'd actually be great. And we have more cold fluid. I don't feel anything. I don't see anything. Wonderful. Wonderful. All right, so I have this rear line disconnected. It goes all the way to the front where I also have it disconnected. And if this is clear, we should see a bunch of fluid squirting down on the ground. Yeah, and we do. Excellent. All right, now I have this line disconnected here and all the way up there. This is the pressure line to the front that eventually leads to the front valve block. Let's make some more mess. Okay, yeah, it's blocked. Oh wait, no. No, it's not blocked. Darn it. I was kind of hoping it was blocked. Yeah, all right, that's enough. I don't know if this is some kind of sick joke. I've just disconnected a bunch of lines up there. I took out another valve block, this little T thing, blew it out. Everything is fine. The fluid back here is ice cold. The fluid up there is hot. Nothing's getting to the back, but the lines are clear. And I'm disgusting. I don't know. I don't know. Shouldn't be happening. All right, so check this out. I got the engine running right now. Normally, this would squirt out like crazy. We got nothing but old, cold fluid. I don't think there's any pressure in the rear. Again, this is super dangerous. Don't do it at home, blah, 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 blah. But these are the two lines coming from the front. These should have 3,000 PSI, but it just dribbles out. Basically does nothing at all. Also cold fluid. Let's try this one. And this guy's got basically nothing. Awesome. Awesome. All right, guys, it's a couple hours later. I've blown through every line you could blow through. I disconnected all of these. These are two T's that go to the rear. Everything is clear from here all the way to there, even though what you guys saw was us blowing air from there past here all the way to here. But just to rule out everything and anything, I don't even know. I blew through these, nothing. I blew through these again all the way to the front. Nothing's blocked in there. Everything seems fine. So I've removed every line from the rear valve block. I'm just gonna drop this thing down so I can take a good look at it and hope that something is plugged up. Okay, here we go. Okay, well, unfortunately, there was no smoking gun. Everything looks fine. So I'm just gonna pop out solenoid or two. Let's see if we can see anything. There we go. Looks good. Spring. Just a bunch of cold fluid. All right, so I ended up getting a rebuild kit off of Amazon. Since I got this rear one apart, I might as well replace all of the seals. And hopefully we'll find something while we do that. And there you go. It's just replacing seals, that's it. Anyone can do this. These valve blocks are not hard to rebuild. And you can see I got the new Teflon seals, new O-rings, and we're good to go. All right, I've put everything back together again. And I'm just gonna start the car again, run it, and see what we can see. Fluid on the dipstick, that's nice. Well, there you have it. The front goes up, the rear doesn't. So I got the car all put back together. I have it doing this alternating dance little thingy. And the rear doesn't work. It looks like it's working a little bit, but it's really not. There's no pressure going to the rear at all. It's just when the front raises up, it kind of raises the whole car. It's not working, trust me. The back doesn't work. Well guys, I said we were driving it in this video. It slammed in the rear and on the bump stops, but it's not rubbing. So I'm gonna go for a little ride because I just want to drive my car. And actually I think it might be rubbing in the rear right now. I don't know. Kind of really just don't care at this point. But I'm driving my CL65 AMG, my Twin-Turbo V12, potentially 800 horsepower car. It's bouncing around like crazy. Probably ruining something back there. I don't care. I'm driving it. First drive. Ooh. Yeah, I felt something. Maybe I should get a reliable Audi. And ladies and gentlemen, as the sun sets on this beautiful fall day in Chicago, I am a defeated man. I am a defeated man. This is where we stand. I have taken all the lines, all the valve blocks off. I've done it all, as you guys have seen. And I don't know what's wrong with it. The good news is we got the front to come up. It does a half of a rodeo. I did replace the engine fan, so that works now. So we've gotten somewhere. Not all is lost, but I can't really drive it more than a few blocks around the neighborhood. It's actually probably rubbing on those nice new Michelins that Hoovy put on before he sold it to me. But anyway, guys, I said this would be the first drive video. It is. It went horribly, horribly wrong, but that is the real world, and I have some other cars I have to move on to, and I just wanted to give you guys an update on this, obviously. So I will get back on the CL. I'm always on the CL, really, at this point, in between other videos, and I will figure this out. We will, one day, drive this car with a functioning suspension. So before I get blinded by the sun, I'm going to let you guys go. If you enjoyed this madness, again, give it a big thumbs up. Share the video. Subscribe if you're new. And most importantly, God, I don't want to say this, don't get a car with hydraulic suspension. It's so nice when it works. Just be prepared. Be prepared. The Boy Scout motto. I'll see you in the next video.